Today I am going to show you exactly how to transform a completely random, serendipitous moment from a standard Zoom recording into a polished and highly shareable marketing clip. The funny part is that explaining this entire process actually takes longer than the time it took me to create the final video clip itself. This confirms that this methodology is incredibly fast when you genuinely allow the available tools to handle the bulk of the heavy lifting. To follow along with this specific workflow, you only need 4 basic things: a short tagline, your established brand colors, your logo file, whether it's animated or static, and that raw Zoom recording you wish to mine for gold. Oh, and a crucial step that I never skip is obtaining explicit consent from anyone whose moment I plan to feature in the final content. For this particular example, I secured Allie's permission to use a brief, funny moment she had captured on camera, and that tiny segment is what ultimately formed the entire finished video. Very quickly, I am demonstrating this process using an AI-first platform called Vizard, because it excels at finding those potentially viral segments within long videos automatically. This type of tool will turn those highlights into ready-to-post clips and can even manage the outbound scheduling for you automatically. However, if you prefer the traditional approach, you can certainly replicate the core functions of this workflow using editors like Camtasia, Premiere, or Descript. The key difference is that those older tools are mostly manual. They require you to do the tedious work of finding and precisely cutting the right moments. In contrast, Vizard attempts to conquer the true grunt work, auto-editing the viral clips, scheduling them without intervention, and offering an integrated content calendar. For step 1, you must first choose the right canvas size that perfectly matches the platform where you intend to publish the content. Remember that vertical formats like 9:16 are specifically designed for fast-scrolling platforms like TikTok and Instagram Reels. Square or standard horizontal formats remain the superior choice for professional networks like LinkedIn and platforms such as Facebook. For this project, I decided on a clean horizontal that's 16.9 frame because I wanted the video optimized for LinkedIn viewing. If you are using a traditional editor, this step involves setting the initial project properties before you ever start editing. With Vizard, you simply select the desired output orientation before you even begin the upload, and it immediately shows you the final look. Step 2 begins when you upload your complete Zoom recording file directly into the system. In a traditional editor, you would import the media, drag it onto the timeline, and then wait for the large file to fully load its assets. With Vizard, the upload initiates an immediate deep scan of the entire footage looking for key engagement signals. The AI specifically searches for sudden changes in vocal tone, noticeable spikes in audience engagement, genuine laughter, or moments where the speaker becomes visibly animated. These critical engagement points are the true gems hidden within hours of recording that you want to extract. Here's a quick pro tip. If your Zoom recorded the video side by side, but you only want one specific person featured, you will need to crop or reframe the shot. In a manual editor, this means switching to crop mode and then manually dragging the crop box precisely around your desired speaker. With Vizard, you simply tell the AI which participant you want to prioritize, and the system handles the intelligent reframing for you while maintaining a clean composition. Moving on to step 3, we need to address the inevitable ambient fuzz and background noise that creeps into every remote recording. In an application like Camtasia, you would have to manually drag a specific noise removal effect from its dedicated audio effects panel. Similarly, using Premiere Pro requires you to actively run a dedicated denoise filter across the entire audio track. Vizard, however, incorporates automatic audio cleanup as a standard part of its initial clip generation process to ensure a good listening experience. It reliably reduces common background hum and evens out those annoying volume level discrepancies between speakers. Now, it won't magically erase a loudly barking dog right next to the microphone, but it handles typical digital background noise exceptionally well. Step 4 is the most enjoyable part, which is finally selecting the precise snippet you want to feature in your short video. In my own clip example, the perfect moment began right around the middle of the recorded meeting, featuring a quick line Allie delivered that was both witty and perfectly on brand. If you were using a traditional editor, you would need to scrub the timeline to the exact frame, split the video clip, delete the unwanted content, and then nudge the remainder forward. With Vizard's AI assistance, the system will proactively suggest several candidate clips for you based on all the engagement signals it previously analyzed. You still retain complete final authority. Simply choose the best looking clip, adjust the in and out points to tighten it up, and then confirm your selection. Step 5 is where you make the content truly look like it belongs to your specific brand identity, and not just a standard screen recording. The raw Zoom window looked naturally small and a bit dim, which is completely expected when participants aren't trying to produce marketing material. Instead of just blowing up that small frame, which instantly reveals pixelation, I created a custom brand background to fill the entire canvas. This allows the cropped Zoom window to sit neatly centered and layered right on top of your brand color. In Camtasia, this means adding a basic annotation rectangle, resizing it to fit, and manually setting the required hexadecimal color code for that specific hue. In the Vizard workflow, you simply drag a background asset or select a preferred color, and the system automatically layers everything underneath your main video. Next, you absolutely need to add your short, punchy tagline, which I placed cleanly above the main video area using a transparent background. The goal here is to choose a highly readable font, size it appropriately for mobile viewing, and ensure there is just a little bit of breathing room around the edges. Vizard helps by offering intuitive snap features to center lines, so you can easily tell when all your visual elements feel perfectly balanced. Step 6 focuses on creating smooth transitions and a professional-looking end card so the clip doesn't stop abruptly mid-thought. I chose to gently fade the speaker out directly into the company logo for a very pleasing and polished final impression. In a manual editor, this involves splitting the clip at your endpoint, extending a freeze frame for a few seconds, and then overlaying the animated logo on a separate track. You would then apply a simple crossfade transition to blend the audio and video seamlessly right at the endpoint. With Vizard, you just add the dedicated end card element, place your animated logo there, and select a crossfade that intelligently begins only after the voiceover audio has completely finished. The platform even suggests optimal fade lengths to ensure you never accidentally cut off the speaker's final laugh or punchline. Let's briefly compare this preferred flow to the older methods to understand why I favor this streamlined approach for rapid marketing content. Tools like Camtasia and Premiere offer incredible power and allow for microcontrol over every single parameter, like specific cropping handles and opacity keyframes. However, that granular level of control invariably consumes a significant amount of your precious production time. Descript has killer transcription capabilities and can rapidly translate text edits into actual video cuts, but it still requires you to manually designate the best moments to keep. Mobile-first editors like CapCut are fantastic for quickly creating vertical content, yet their native scheduling features are almost non-existent or tied to mobile-only processes. The true sweet spot for Vizard is taking that lengthy original content, identifying the highest probability viral segments, and turning them into ready-to-post clips. To put it another way, traditional editors provide you with powerful tools, but Vizard actively automates the entire end-to-end process for high-volume social creators. In Step 7, we focus on timing and final trimming to ensure the core message lands with maximum impact. I personally prefer keeping my marketing clips quite short, ideally around 20 to 30 seconds, specifically for platforms like LinkedIn and Facebook. After you select the candidate clip, meticulously trim both the beginning and end points so the essential message is delivered cleanly without any filler. Make sure your brand tagline and that custom background remain visible for the entire duration of the clip you've selected. Crucially, ensure your final end card lingers just long enough for a viewer to read your logo and form the thought, I should definitely look that company up later. Step 8 covers the export process, where exporting to the universal MP4 format remains the safest choice for broad compatibility across all platforms. In a traditional editor, this means navigating a custom production dialog, selecting MP4, naming the output file, and waiting for the final render to complete. Vizard renders optimized files specifically tailored for each individual platform, and, here's a huge benefit, it can auto-schedule posts if you want to batch this content into a series. You simply tell the system how frequently you want clips to post, let the AI populate the content calendar, and it handles distribution at your chosen cadence. The built-in content calendar is particularly useful because you can preview, reorder, or tweak any scheduled post all in one central location. This eliminates the headache of constantly hopping between the native settings of a dozen different social media applications. Now, a brief but important note on limitations. No software solution is completely magical or perfect in every scenario. If your original Zoom recording is inherently very low resolution, or if your speaker was muted for half the time, your final output quality will inevitably be limited. Furthermore, some fully featured professional editors still outperform AI tools when you demand frame-perfect motion graphics or very complex multi-camera color grading. Premium programs like Premiere or Final Cut Pro remain unrivaled when you need absolute cinema-level control over every single output parameter. But for content creators and small teams who absolutely require consistent, frequent, platform-ready clips from their long videos, Vizard clearly hits that ideal sweet spot. This means significantly less time wasted, far fewer editing headaches, and dramatically faster overall output compared to manual methods. When we compare the various pricing models, many advanced editors demand expensive subscriptions that escalate quickly if you need multiple user seats. Some of the newer AI editing tools charge based on the exact processing time, often locking their best features behind prohibitively expensive premium tiers. Vizard positions its cost as worthwhile because the sheer amount of time it automates for you is honestly more valuable than the monthly fee. Because when you calculate the true hours you are not spending clipping and managing scheduling, time quickly becomes the more expensive commodity. To wrap up the final steps, if you used a local editor, always save your project file so you can easily go back and tweak things later on. If you utilized Vizard, rest assured that everything is automatically saved within your persistent workspace, ready for revisiting or simple modification. You can revisit a generated clip, effortlessly swap out the tagline, or adjust the schedule without needing to rebuild the entire sequence from scratch. So, I want you to consider what great moments are currently sitting dormant in your older Zoom recordings, waiting to become engaging clips. Think about that awkwardly perfect laugh, a key offhand marketing line, or the founder's single most memorable one-liner. I highly encourage you to try this exercise this week. Find just one solid 20 to 30 second moment and polish it up in your favorite editor. Use your brand color and a short tagline, then push that newly created piece of content out to your LinkedIn or Facebook audience. After you publish it, please swing back here and drop a link in the comments so I can check out the fantastic work you managed to create. If this detailed walkthrough proved helpful to you, please take a moment to like the video, leave a constructive comment, and share this strategy with a colleague who records many meetings. You can find more about Ali and her wonderful company, Bright Organizing Solutions, using the link I placed in the original post description. And if you are curious to see the AI suggestions firsthand, take a short Zoom clip for a spin and feel the difference and save time. I sincerely look forward to seeing what you all create, and I will definitely catch you in the next tutorial video. Ali mentioned something earlier that really sticks with me. Maybe that's actually part of my core message, admitting that nobody has as much fun as I do, but we can all still get essential work done effectively